All right, what's up there, YouTube? Okay, so today I want to talk to you about this latest announcement from Nikon for this new firmware update. So I don't know if you know it or not, but last night Nikon announced that they're going to be doing a firmware update to the Z7 and Z6 cameras, and it's going to include a bunch of features that people have been asking for since day one. And first, let's look at the features. These are the things that they're going to be adding. Okay, so what they're adding is they're adding CF Express. Now, we knew that was coming. We knew they were going to add CF Express, but I would like to discuss CF Express real quick. So here's the XQD cards. Here's what the XQD looks like. You don't really need to see the XQD. I don't know why I'm holding it up there. Everybody knows what an XQD card looks like. A little plastic card. So CF Express is basically, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it has up to 8 lanes at 1 gigabyte a second per lane. So this is 400 megabytes a second write speed. The CF Express is up to 8 gigabytes a second write speed. So technically, if they use all 8 lanes and write at the same time, it's 8 to 8 gigabytes a second, which theoretically, I guess that's theoretical, it's probably half that. So even if it's 4, it's still, at 4 times, it's still 8 times faster than this card. So it's 8 times faster. So my point is if CF Express, I believe it looks exactly the same too. Let's go up here to the CF Express. Let me move my monitor around. Yeah, so there's basically CF Express right there, and it looks the same as the XQD. It's basically identical to XQD. And what is the little, as far as form factor? So XQD, CF Express, 1400, 1 terabyte, CF Express, 1400 megabytes a second. So that's 1.5. So that's 3 times faster than the existing XQD. Even if it's only 3 times faster, that's really, really, really fast. So XQD is already faster than SD card. It's already faster. It's already a more robust system than XQD. This is 3 times faster than that, at least. So they can technically make them like ridiculously fast. So that's the one thing, CF Express. And what I would like to discuss about the CF Express is, correct me if I'm wrong, and you guys can comment below and let me know if I'm wrong, but if you can actually write at 4 times the speed of XQD directly to the card, and how it works is, from what I understand, I could be wrong about this too, but so correct me, is the protocols for writing XQD are Sony proprietary. It's a Sony format, and it takes more processing power to write to XQD. What CF Express does is gets rid of the protocols and allows the camera to write directly raw, directly to the camera. So, I mean, directly to the card. So it basically can shoot as fast as you shoot the photos or video, it can write them directly to the card. So in other words, all these complaints about how small the buffer is. Oh, it can only shoot, 15 shots and then the buffer's full, or 30 shots and then the buffer's full. Then you got to take your finger off the trigger and wait for the buffer to empty and then start shooting again, would technically be gone with CF Express. So basically, you can grab your Nikon Z6 or Z7 even at 45 megapixels. Grab your Z6 or Z7 and just start shooting. Hold that shutter button down and just continually shoot directly to the CF Express. So basically, you have no buffer. The buffer is the CF Express card. So basically, you can shoot as fast as the camera will shoot, unlimited time. Well, limited only by the size of the memory card, which is incredible. So it basically eliminates the whole issue of the buffer being full and not getting enough shots. It should be able to do a lot more. And also, if it's not using the processing power to write to the XQD card, technically it should be able to use that processing power for something else like autofocus or aperture adjustment, which is what one of the problems was with the Z6 and Z7. Z6 and Z7 was you can only get the higher shutter speed if you turned off aperture, like if you lock the aperture down. Well, with CF Express, you should be able to let it also control aperture and focusing and still get that phenomenal, 12 frames per second shutter speed, or 12 frames per second shooting in RAW on the Z6 unlimited. That's a game changer. That's a huge thing. So the next thing is IAF. They added IAF to this. They're adding it in a firmware update. So that's the other thing. Everybody was, when the Nikons came out with these cameras, when Nikon came out with these cameras, everybody was complaining, oh, it doesn't have IAF, it doesn't have IAF, it doesn't have IAF. And I said, well, couldn't they just add it in firmware? Isn't that a software issue that they can just add like in a firmware? Oh, Nikon never, several people said, oh, Nikon never add features in their firmware. They never add features in their firmware. You're lucky if you get any firmware updates at all, and if you do, it's just bug fixes. They never add anything. I guess they were wrong, weren't they? They're adding features. Seems like Nikon really, really, really wants these cameras to succeed, and they're willing to do everything to make them succeed, including add features that we're asking for. So that's fantastic. Here's a video of the IAF in action. Let me move my screen over so you can see it. Here's the IAF in action. This is pre-production firmware. They shot this on pre-production firmware. This is directly off the back of the camera. Now, it's on her eye, and it's pointing at the other person. So if there's a person, it'll give you an eye to point at, so you can pick which eye to go to. And it seems like it focused super fast on her eye. I could be wrong. Looks like they're going to get it right, though. So let's watch that again. So there it is on her eye with the arrow pointing to the other girl, and then and then there it is going to her eye, and then back to her eye, and it's snapping right on their eye. Looks like, now this is in a well-lit situation. I don't know how it works in low light, I don't know, but it does work, and it looks like it works very well. So there's your IAF everybody was asking for. And thirdly, raw video support. This is also a huge thing. So basically, and this is one of the things I was thinking that they would be able to add internally with the CFast Express. The CF Express is, because it shoots at such a higher, it can dump it directly raw to the card. Couldn't you theoretically just record raw directly to the card? So maybe they hadn't figured out a way yet. But until then, if you have an Atmos Ninja 5, with the Atmos Ninja 5, they're going to update the firmware on the Ninja 5 and on the Nikon Z6s and Z7 to record raw ProRes RAW codec. So basically you get raw 422 10-bit, or maybe even higher. I'm not sure. They haven't said exactly what it was, but it could be 444 10-bit or 14-bit, or what, it could be 14-bit video. I don't know, or raw. I'm not sure how the raw video and stuff works. If you guys know, comment below. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. So that's an amazing thing. That's something everybody's been asking for, and especially in the filmmakers. And it's obvious Nikon is serious about video with these cameras. Way more serious than any other cameras that they've ever released. So that's fantastic. As a Nikon shooter, somebody that enjoys the picture of the Nikons, I've enjoyed it for years. I've enjoyed the way the pictures look for years. They have an almost 3D look because of the blurry background and the full frame sensor. It looks amazing, and I love the skin tones and stuff on the Nikons. So I like the way the color looks already. So being able to have raw video is just, that's a great feature. They also are releasing a filmmaker's kit that comes with the Moza. Where is it? Here it is, right there. It comes with the Moza Air 2, which is the stabilizer. I was just looking at that stabilizer. I just watched reviews on this, and I was like, oh, that looks like a fantastic stabilizer. Yeah, it's like $600, but there's a special they're offering with this thing. It comes with 2 batteries, a Rode Video Mic Pro, whatever that's next one is, the little video, and it comes with 2 batteries and the FTZ adapter and some other stuff and some little adapters and stuff to mount the Ninja to the side of it. I mean, it's like $3 grand, saves you like $400 or something like that. But it's still showing that they're serious about video, which is fantastic. Kind of high, but you know, if you're wanting to buy all these things anyway, go for it. It's ready for you. So also you get 12-month Vimeo Pro membership, which is, you know, that's worth what, $100 or so, $200 or something. So it's pretty good. It's $1,200 in savings. So that's actually a pretty good deal. I wish I had that, but when I ordered my Z6, I probably would have bought this whole thing, because that's exactly everything except for the Rode. I didn't really need the Rode. I've got a couple of those already. Here's two of them right here. Oops, sorry. Here's two of them right here, the Rodes. I already have a couple Rode video mic. Damn, I keep bumping everything. I have a couple Rode Video Mic Pros already, so I don't really need any more Rode Video Mic Pros. But it's still nice. It's a little shorter one, but I do like the Atmos Ninja, and I could always turn around and sell one of the Rode Video Mic Pros if I didn't want it. But anyway, it seems like a good thing to have. And also they came out with this, the Nikon Z 14 to 30 f4. Now, I've heard some other reviewers say that f4 isn't a professional because it's not an f2.8, but I can tell you, from my experience shooting with the camera, this Z6, I can shoot at much higher ISO and not notice it, especially for video, and it still looks ridiculously clear. So having f2.8 to f4 isn't that big of a deal. I thought it was going to be a bigger deal on the 24 to 70 that I got, but I'm perfectly fine with it. It looks fantastic. The camera handles ISO so much better than the thing. I don't really need an f2.8. Would an f2.8 be nice? Yeah, but it wouldn't be as small. You couldn't put it on like the Moza Air. You could, but it's going to be front heavy. It's going to be a much heavier camera with an f2.8 lens on it. So an f4 would be, that's actually a pretty nice super wide lens. And I love the 14mm look. I love the 14 to 24 Nikon f2.8, which is a mammoth lens. That thing's huge, and this thing here is, I mean, it's tiny compared to that, and much lighter. So I'm really interested in this lens. I will probably get this lens because I want this and the 70 to 200. That would cover all my bases. It'd cover the super wide, medium 24 to 70, and then 70 to 200 for telephoto. Your bases are covered. That's an awesome lens. So what do you guys think in the comments below? Comment below and tell me, guys, what you think. What are you looking most forward to? And what do you think of Nikon dropping this bomb on us for this? I mean, throwing everything at threw everything in the kitchen sink at us with this update and these other things that are coming out. So I'm pretty excited about it, and I can't wait to. This 2019 is going to be a great year for Nikon, for us video shooters and photographers. So comment below, let me know what you think. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you don't. If you want to see more stuff like that, me commenting on the stuff that I see and commenting about different things, let's talk about it. Anyway, I'm out. See you, YouTube. Have a good day.